Hello everyone, it's Shamila here. Welcome to my channel. Thank you so much for joining me today. Today I would like to share with you my project that I did for the Celebr8 design team. It is using their paper called Imperfectly Perfect, and I loved this paper. There were a few that I really took a liking to, and I will show them to you as we go along, but I thought this was such a lovely range of colors, very soft tones, and I created a little card folio. So this is what it looks like. It's got some envelopes and a few cards in there, and I think this would make a really lovely gift to give a teacher at the end of the year, a friend, anybody in fact. So on the side I've used the script paper, which I really loved. I actually embossed it and distressed everything with my vintage photo, I think, in distress oxide ink, and I used this this embossing folder from Couture Creations. It's called Lilliputana Curtain. I hope I'm pronouncing that correctly. I don't know if it is still available because I actually purchased this as a second-hand embossing folder. So I would like to show you my project. So the cover is done using one of the sheets, and for this project I only used, I restricted myself to only using the mini pack. So besides the ribbons and the little embellishments which come from the bulk pack, the papers inside come solely from the mini pack. So these are from the cutout sheet. So there's two sheets in there. One has got circles and one has got lots of floral embellishments, which I fussy cut. And then I loved the page that had all the words on there. It was really nice to use. So it gave me various options, you know, to add sentiments to my card without doing stamping. And I've chosen Happiness is One of a Kind for the cover. And then there is always something to be thankful for and something beautiful, because I thought, oh, there's something beautiful inside. So the back, I used the mosaic type, very Moroccan inspired paper, which I loved. I loved all the different patterns. And then I used the ribbon that came as part of the bulk pack embellishment pack. So let me open this here, and so you can see what's inside. It closes shut with a magnet. I love magnets. I love to use magnets. So on the inside, I've used this one here, the green paper, because it lended itself so beautifully to the floral on the other side. And that's what I try to do. When I match up papers, I try to find the most cohesive match so that it always looks like everything had a plan, when in fact it's not necessarily planned. But what's nice about buying a pack of paper is that the designer has done all the planning for you, so you just need to make choices, really. So the first card I did, oops, I've taken two out, let me put the one back. The first card I did, I used the leftover strips from covering my my box. Okay, so if I turn it this way, I think you can see it better. So these are just two strips, but what I did first was I used the speckled egg distress oxide there. It came out a little bit brown because I had some of my brown ink still left on the brush, which I didn't mind because everything was edged with brown vintage photo anyway. And then the flowers and the leaves was just plain white cardstock. I'll show you the stamp I used. It is a stamp from iCraft, and I just fussy cut out various elements from the stamp set. I added, for the leaves, I just added speckled egg to my craft sheet, spritzed it with water. I dragged the paper through and I stamped over it when it was dry. And this, I did the same with the flowers, except I used the Kitsch Flamingo there, edged everything in brown, and then just did like a little cluster here. So the stamp set I used is the Shining Glory from iCraft. I used that stamp, and I used the very big one, and it's also got some lovely sentiments which I have used many times already. This is really a nice set to have in your stash if you're a stamper. Okay, so the second one was also a piece of card that was left over from the box, I think, if I remember correctly. And then what I did was I overstamped that with that same cluster stamp, and I colored it in with a mixture of the leaves. I used yellow, I can't remember which yellow, but it's one of the distress inks, and I used the speckled egg there as well, and the Kitsch Flamingo on the inside. And then I've used the iCraft glitter, which is really nice. If I bring it up to the screen, it's got some amazing shimmer there. So that's what it looks like. And on the, I don't know if you can see the little raised edges there. I've decided to take out my stamps because, you know, we go through phases in our crafting and start using my stash of things. And this is one of the stash items that I've recently taken out. It's called the Adirondack acrylics. I've got a variety of colors. These are really old. They look almost like liquid pearls. So if you've got liquid pearls, you can do the same with liquid pearls. And I just added little blobs to the to these things on the, I don't know what you call it. It's probably like a flourish or something, like an extra leaf in there. So I just added some of that to the flowers, and just to give it some dimension. And then I've cut out from the cut out sheet, Celebrate Moments, Not Things, and I edged it, I think, with the speckled egg as well. So that's that one. Then the next card is done in a portrait style, and all my cards are 5.5 by 4.25. So this one I used all the elements on the one floral cut out sheet, and I've cut out some of the sentiments on the sentiment sheet, and it says happiness is finding joy. I've used one of the little buttons there, she's wild at heart. And also I use some of, which I am also taking out of my stash, is these little micro beads in the center of the flowers. So I love the dimension that it gives, and it just makes the flowers look a little bit more special. So then the stencil in the background, I loved the stencil. In fact, I think I posted on social media when I did this card, I did the background of this, and I said, oh my word, I think I found my new favorite stencil. It is a stunning stencil. It really lends itself well to any project. If you had to do this through with texture paste or Stamperia's glamour paste, it will give you such beautiful dimension. So I want to try that on something as well. I really love this. It gives you that Great Gatsby vibe. So very nice stencil. Thank you, Dennis. I love that one. So that's card number 3. Oh, and then I have to tell you, oh, we haven't reached that card yet. So let's go here. It's this one. So this was card number 4, and this one I cut into a new sheet of card, but I went to my distress technique, which if you've watched any of my videos, you know this is like one of my go-to things to do. I love distressing the paper and edging it, so that's what I did. And then I also added the micro beads. These are lovely, just gorgeous pearl colored micro beads, and it just adds a little bit of extra interest to your card. And the leftover cutouts from the floral sheet I used on there and there. And what else? Oh, this is one of the little embellishments that comes in the embellishment pack, in the bulk pack, and the ribbon is also part of the range. So these tags are on the sheet with all the circles. Did I use it here yet? Not yet. It's on one of the other cards. So that's card number 4. And I still have quite a bit of paper left. I just haven't had a chance to sort them out yet. It's in a bundle with all the offcuts and everything. Then this was card number 5. Yes, this is card number 5. So what I did here is I decided to use up the circles, and this literally took me a few minutes to make. So I used up all the circles I had left over. I punched some, I die cut some butterflies out of the leftover offcuts, edged it, added some glitter, and just wrote something beautiful. And then because I found that the background was a little bit bare, and that's why I love stencils, I just added some of the stencil randomly on the back of the card. So yeah, that is the last card. And inside are also some envelopes. So like I said, this will make someone a really lovely gift, whether it is a teacher, a colleague, a friend, your parents. You know, you don't have to use this paper range, but this paper range is absolutely stunning. So if you did, oh, there my magnet sound goes, I love that sound. So if you did buy this paper range and you're not sure what to do with it, here's an option for you. And that's it from me. Until next time, see you in cyberspace. Bye now.